Hello and welcome to this week's unboxing video. This week we're going to take a look at this. The ICM 1/35 scale Kosak-2, released in 2023. Now, first off, I'm a model maker. I like unusual things. This qualifies. I'm not going to go into the politics because of the shenanigans that's going on over there. But I will waffle a little bit. I remember ICM kits when they first came out, and they were not the best. So consequently, I Google searched one day the ICM Chernobyl fire truck, and I came across a guy who was building them, and I was interested in what he was doing with the model, and to take a look at the new ICM kits, and that led me into a good friendship with a great guy called Bear. His channel is the Bear Scale Modelling, and great guy. If you haven't seen his channel, go hunt it up on YouTube and watch some interesting videos. And if you like what you see, give him a like and a subscribe. Anyway, enough waffling. Let's take a look at what's in the box. It's one of the newer type boxes where you have a lift off lid that eventually will lift off, and you're presented with one of those flappy lid boxes. Inside the flappy lid you will get what I got: a flyer for the new ICM paint range. There's a big noisy bag of parts, a set of instructions, and some water slide decals. Let me change the mat and take away the noisy bag, and we can have a look at what the plastic's like. Okay, let's start with sprue A, and these are quite big sprues. Sprue A consists of the interior floor, the left hand side external and internal components, the centre console, part of the suspension, part of the chassis, the radiator grille, front windshield, part of the cupola, and various other fittings. Sprue B consists of the right hand external component, the upper body, doors, seats, bonnet, the under chassis protection, the other frame for the chassis, the driver's doors, and a few other odds and sods. Sprue C consists of all the components required to make the lower chassis: suspension, drive shafts, springs, seats for the driver and commander, the back plate, and various other fittings. Sprue D, of which there are 3 in the box, contain the wheel halves, the backs of the seats. I assume these are grab handles that fit internally, and lots of other nice small components: grab handles, latches, wing mirrors, fuel cans, windshield wipers, tie down hooks, and all the grab handles and air tanks. Again, these are nicely moulded. And finally we have sprue E, which has the door components, the cupola components, the exhaust, and machine gun, an ammunition box. Again, nicely moulded, a few knockout pins, but not bad. Really impressed by this so far. In the box you will also get 2 clear sprues. They are identical, consisting of windows for the front and the sides, some small windows for the crew compartment, and obviously the lights and headlight fittings. Again, neatly moulded, nicely clear. There's also a separate bag containing 5 rubber or vinyl tyres. Nicely moulded, no flash to speak of, a single mould point there, easy enough cut off. Also in the bag is a very small fret of photo etch. And it is very small, look at that. I'm thinking of you, Marcus, but that's in the bag. And also in the box there are 3 sets of decals, each with their own protective film. Sheet 1 consists of national emblems, registration plates, warning indicators, and some dashboard components. Sheet 2 consists of some digital camouflage in a sand and tan colour. And sheet number 3 consists of more digital camouflage, this time in red, brown, black and mustard. Again, they're all in register, very little carrier film, so that should prove interesting. Okay, let's see how it goes together. The instructions are printed on 24 pages in a nice booklet stapled format. Page 1 is a history of the vehicle, some technical specifications of the vehicle, colour callouts for the ICM range of paints, the usual idiograms on how to build a plastic kit, and the usual precaution about reading the instructions before you begin assembly. Page 2 and 3 are occupied in part layouts, so you can see what sprues they are and where the components can be found on the sprues. Page 4 is the same, and including the wheels and the photo etch set. Page 5 starts the construction, where you start by building one half of the chassis, various fittings to go inside the chassis frame, the joining of the chassis frame together. Page 6 has you put the gearbox in, glue the chassis gearbox to the lower hull plate, and the various transmission shafts. 18 and 19 is hub absorbers, underbody armour, more diffs. Page 8 has you building the driver and co-commander seat, the central console, what looks like a rear seat that hangs from the ceiling, and a couple more seat components that go behind the driver and commander. Stages, page 9 has you building the major seats that go into the back of the vehicle. It also has you install the armoured glass in the hull side, drills out some holes. Page 10 has you fitting the interior partition to the outside wall and some of the interior fittings. And it also has you starting to build the left hand side. Page 11 has you doing the same again on the opposite side, including the engine firewall. Has you putting together the forward vision blocks and the bonnet and the rear plate, the rear of the hull. Page 12 has you installing those fittings and fittings to the interior of the roof, the front bumper, the rear bumper, and the fitting of the bush guards. Page 13 has you assembling the doors and handles, interior and exterior doors. So those injector pin marks I mentioned will not be relevant. Page 14 has you doing the back doors, fitting the belly armour, fitting the mud guards, assembly of the wheels. Page 15 has you assembling more wheels and the step-ups to the cab. Page 16 has you fitting some external features to the hull. Page 17 has you doing the rear footsteps and more additional fittings to the back of the hull. Step 18 has you adding bits to the front bonnet, some of the photo etch sets, I think it's the exhaust and the smoke dischargers and part of the gunner's cupola. 19 has you assembling the cupola completely. Page 20 has you fitting the cupola to the vehicle. Page 21 is the first of the camouflage schemes. This is the dark green with red, brown, black and mustard camouflage. 22 is the green camouflage with the light sand and light green. 23 has the dark green with smaller digital camouflage. And finally, it's page 24. That's the same camouflage but with large white crosses on them. So, there you have it. The ICM Kosak-2. There will be, as always, the sprue shots taken on the pink mat. So stick around. There may also be a blooper reel, I can assure you that. So take care, thanks for watching, like, subscribe, and have a good day. Bye for now. Let's try that again. Let's try actually putting my glasses on so I can actually see what I'm doing this time. Duh. Oh good God, what's the name of the damn piece? This piece here, I can't remember what the hell the thing's called. Radiator grill. Let's do that again, shall we? Oh, pellet breath. Who's the twat that left the turning camera running? Because I forgot the damn rustling. There we go, rustle, rustle, rustle. I complain about clacky plastic bags and fucking... Boy, I'll tell you. It would help if they were up the right way, wouldn't it, Pants? Like, yes it would. Let's do that yet again.